Bitch, I'm too far. That she send a cheese. Bitch, I'm too far. Bitch, I'm too far. That she send a cheese. Flurry, the shooter. Check how I'm checking my angles. She loving my drip, she liking my pics. Baby, let me double tap it. And that list.
Welcome back to What's Poppin, a podcast by Slim and Akona. My name is Akona Maqungu. This is the first time you guys are hearing from me on the podcast. So, namhlanje, I'm chilling with, most people know him as Ukobani.
I'm him.
No, actually, most people know you as Ulanda.
I'm him.
I know you as Ukobani because you're a friend of mine.
I'm him.
And I'm honored to be a friend, by the way. I think most people want to know by now, why do you call yourself London? Now, I may know the reason why.
Okay.
But please do just let people know.
Well, I'm from Gwazakere, right next to the city. There's a small area called London. That's the name in the neighborhood. It's just a nickname. It's not really down.
But I was asking because I've always been curious, man. Why is that place called London? Like, is there like some sort of history behind that?
I'm sure there is, but I don't really know about it. There's also a soccer team in the London team.
Okay.
And my favorite city in the world is London from UK.
So you feel bad that Queen Lizzie died?
Nah. I'm removed from those things. I think I'm removed from those things. So that's where London comes from. It's just showing people where I'm at and where I want to go.
Okay, so what most people don't know about you, Okay, I think most people actually, I'm mixing this up. Most people know you as the brand London.
Good.
Do you want to get into more about your brand? How did the business start? Like, did you just wake up and decide, I don't know, since I'm a fashionista, let me start a fashion brand?
In 2010, I was walking with my friends. Late. I think one of them was going to check on their girlfriend at that time. We was all in high school. And we were passing my primary school. They told them back one day I went to the fashion brand.
Okay.
So remember there was a time I was a photographer.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the cats. I was the one handling that within a team. Because we were a team. Me and Lux, and the music.
Shout out.
Shout out to the girls. And then I moved to Cape Town. That's when I was alone. I was like, I need to start my brand. Because I kept on planning and postponing. I want to have this and have that. And I was reading biology school at the time. That's it. The most important thing is to start.
Okay.
So I just started.
And you started, and how has that been going so far?
Good. It's been going good. But last year I took a break.
Why?
I was going through a lot.
Okay.
I was a mess. I don't even know if I still want to have a clothing brand.
Okay.
How bad it was.
Okay, this conversation just went another route that I did not expect. Why don't you want a clothing brand anymore?
I was just going through stuff, man.
When you created the clothing brand, you were going through something?
No, not then.
Oh.
Last year.
When you took the break?
Yes, because I started selling in 2019. One of things. It was London t-shirts. Then in summer, I started selling caps and bucket hats. And then I came back home in 2020. Then in January last year, I couldn't even go back to Cape Town because someone threatened my mother, and I went to a place and she was crying. And I felt like I can't go back to Cape Town because the past year my aunt passed away, and I was rushing to go back in Cape Town. So I was like, I'm not going anywhere, I'm gonna stay, make sure my aunt is okay. So also that also triggered me a lot. But then I got things figured out this year. I was like, actually, I owe this to myself because I'm 29 this year, and I need to make this a success.
Because you're reaching the big 3-0.
Scary.
Scary times,
and
ne?
People think I'm 24.
You do look 24.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
So, with everything that happened about in the past year, with the whole incident of Mama, the passing of your aunt, would you say that right now are you mentally in a better space to actually go back to the business?
Yes, I am. Because earlier this year, I also lost a friend who got shot. And that also took me out of the way. But then I You know, I have this thing. I feel like I really have a lot to offer. Because I'm a photographer, I was a rapper at first.
And you do have a lot to offer.
You see, I'm also a stylist.
Yeah, but honestly, my advice to you is that
Okay.
suye, because the minute we get there, you're gonna spend so much time uzibuza abana babe nanti taqhubekeka ndathi ndaphina ndathi zabana uzibuza lo mibuzo emininzi when you'll be realizing also about umoshe ixesha lakho by sitting down and doing nothing, because I'm pretty sure awufuna ukuphangela 9 to 5.
I've never had a job in my life.
There we go. There we go.
I've never had a job for a
Nima.
single day in my life.
Wait, when okay, in that regard, yeah, because you're in your 20s still, you haven't reached 30.
I haven't.
I think most black men also, specifically black men, they fall into this hole where they dig themselves into it, that I'm in my 20s, I don't have a job, nobody's willing to like hire me, but I don't have the necessary qualification for a lot of play. Did that also have like a role in how you turned out?
I don't conform to the world and all those things a man must have. That's a man must have now.
Yeah.
I believe in my dreams. My mother was a waitress for a lot of years. She was a waitress at 20. The crazy thing, every white person that arrived after her, she was the one training the manager to become the manager. And she was never the manager.
Yeah, and something that I spoke to Slim about the other day. We were talking about how there's this one other lady that works at ShopRite. Sorry to mention the name. She has been working there for close to like 15 years, and she's been a cashier for 15 years. But then you find that there's the younger people coming in. Unfortunately, I don't mind that, but for me, it just doesn't make sense that you've been working for a certain company for such a long time in the same position, and they don't even offer you the promotion. But you work with someone, like let's say someone that's 22, works there for like 5-6 months. Next thing they're given a promotion of supervisor, and then in the next 6 months she's the manager or he's the manager. So I feel like that there's something about the system when it comes to especially in retail hospitality that is rigged, because there isn't like it doesn't make sense. Mama could be a waitress for such a long time. Ufiga Bando, she trains them and lets them have the job. And if I know for a fact that if they got to away, that would not have happened.
Yes, of course. And she used to come home and talk about it to my aunt, but of course I was listening. And I was like, actually, I have a lot of dreams, and I don't even want to start getting a job, because now I'm going to get caught up in that cycle. At least for now, I don't have a kid. I don't have to take care of someone else.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I'm cool with being broke. I know being broke. And I'm not going to come here and act like I'm this nigga that has a lot of money. I don't come from a wealthy family.
Yeah.
But you're okay. You're okay.
I think Sisonke, I think I relate so much to retail. I've had a job and it wasn't the best experience ever, because I had to compromise myself for such a lot of things. I had to put my dreams and my career like la same to just just to sustain myself, so that I can be able to buy myself toiletries at the end of the month. And I'm going to work lunch dates, you know. And I'm at a point whereby I don't need a 9 to 5. I don't want to be working for somebody else. I don't want to be a slave for somebody else. And honestly, I just wish a lot of people just pushed it the way you do. Like, if you are so adamant and so believing in yourself that at this point of time, nobody can touch you.
And no one can touch me.
Yeah, but Valon, no? Alright, so other than the London, the brand itself, what other ventures are you into? Like, what else are you doing?
Started a YouTube channel.
Yes, let's speak about that.
I'm creating content on YouTube.
Yeah, what type of content is your YouTube channel focused on?
It's about fashion and my lifestyle. Because I don't drink, I have my own way of doing things. I think that's going to be interesting to other people.
True.
People will say I'm a ghost. There's people who've known me for 8 years, but they've never seen me anyway.
That's weird.
That's weird.
That is very weird. Actually, it's not that weird, because I had known you for like 2, 3, 4 years, and then I only started seeing you often, like after that period of time. I was like, that is so crazy. That time I know you, but then I don't know you until I finally got to meet you.
That's good.
Yeah, well.
I'm a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
Yeah, well. So, or also when it comes in terms of Landoka fashion, okay? Like one with most people, oh no, I started in church. For you, where did the love for fashion come from?
I don't really like the word fashion.
Okay.
I'm just into styling clothes. The most stylish person I know is my mother.
Okay.
That lady can dress.
Are you the only son with the way?
No.
Oh.
I have an older brother. There's 3 of us.
Okay.
I also have a cousin brother. Why?
Why fashion? Yeah. Why?
Because I like looking good.
There we go.
Aisha.
There we
I
go.
think I'm the flyest thing on earth. So
Ah.
there's also that.
Yeah, but Palondo, I think for me now, I like clothes now as well, but it's a matter of mixing. In fact, I'm not good with mixing and matching. Like I suck at those. But if I see a jean, I see a t-shirt, I like, this one's gonna look good on me, and I rock that. I'm like, let's roll. Yeah, well,
That's not me.
so
That's not me.
I might just take you on as my personal stylist.
Let's go. It's fine. Because you know the thing is, I always
But I
tell my
need
friends.
money. I need the money,
Not
Chom.
really.
I need the
Because
money.
I'm a stylist. You don't have to buy new clothes. Just show me the clothes you have, and I'll work with that. That's what I
Okay.
believe in.
Okay.
Because if you would go through my Instagram, you'd realize, well, this person does not really have a lot
It's
of
just the,
clothes.
it's just the
Man,
He
way.
just knows how to switch them
Mix
up.
and match
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's what's important.
Yo, mna ndingilamba nabandi ngibasa skipper last week and was doing this about the fake. I can't like mix and match. Like I suck at those. Like I suck. But okay, let's say thing as a skipper, I skipper I can only wear a skipper. Get jeans. Like you know, like every single time I just change jeans. But if I were to try this t-shirt with a skirt or a dress,
Yes.
it's gonna feel like something is wrong with the t-shirt.
No, it's just you being used to staying with that.
And
That's the thing with fashion. Because there was a time where you couldn't wear sweatpants with shoes or loafers. But now, people are wearing sweatpants with Jonathan D's.
even
and
heels,
loafers.
bruh.
And heels, exactly. You see that?
Hey.
An entire sweatsuit, a hoodie, and sweatpants,
I think
high heels.
I think
love that.
in most yet when it comes to fashion, we live in like a closed box.
Yeah.
We're so used to that. Whatsoever. We're not willing to try different things. Yeah, but until you like get to step outside the box and you feel like, hey, yeah, but
That's true.
but hopefully I learn personally. Hopefully everybody else learns from this conversation.
They will. But the important thing, you know, I moved to Cape Town. I was one of those guys who said, I'm not going to have a bag, a fanny pack, or anything like that.
Nah, look at you
That's
now.
a purse. And now, I have tote bags. You see, I came here with a tote bag.
Please pass me the tote bag.
It's a tote bag, bro.
A whole entire tote bag.
So you just have to, the world
Guys.
is bigger than our community.
But sithi indoda iphathi purse, ibag, indoni. Hayi, please, come on. Come on.
What's that?
Come on.
And
What
I
is
think
that? You
another-
look stylish as shit.
Another thing is that being in the impulse also limits us a lot. Because we don't really talk about that a lot.
Oh, it comes with
When it
way
comes to
too much
mental health
attention.
and all
Yeah.
these things, and opening up and being able to talk about your feelings.
Yeah, honestly, that now that you mentioned that, that is actually like one of my favorite topics. Because there's so many stereotypes put out there. And by the way, I do have like a documentary coming up,
Okay.
whereby we touch on these topics.
Fire.
So I think this would be like building first ones into the docu itself,
Okay.
this conversation. From now, I would really like to know that. Do you guys think Bana ubudoda affects how you guys are living because of what you guys are put in the bush, how things were done before you, and how your fathers and forefathers did things? Do you think that affects who you are today? Because you find that in many cases that indoda yanamhlanje i-2000 but inobudoda bakudala yabona ufuna uba hayi ndindoda, I'm dominant, I'm the provider nendoni. Do you think that affects wena personally?
Not really, because I was raised by women. my father was not around, so I'm raised by women. I'm only used to being around women.
Yeah.
And women talk and all those things. But I do think to a certain extent, yes. But then you gotta think that as I came back from the bush, 2 days later, in my street, and go to the police to this other house.
Yeah.
And the lady in that house said to me, Madam, window, don't change anything.
Yeah.
To get this particular description out.
And then, like, I believe in the saying, Bana, indota ngezenzo zayo.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
what I
but-
believe.
Because you find that, yeah, in most cases, there's like kwabanye madoda ngaphandle that are still like closed-minded when it comes to how they should carry themselves, okanye what it entails to be indoors. Everybody has a different definition of ubudoda, yabo, what it means to be a man, yabo. For me, personally, I don't necessarily look at tabana. Oh, you're a man, supposed to be a provider, which is a bit unfair because it puts pressure on the man itself. Yeah, because as females, I'm not gonna lie, as females, we personally don't take this indoor, and I'm not being like I'm not saying if it's in a way of banner. Oh, I want to be cuddled, loved. Everybody wants that. Even the males want that. Yeah, but if it's in a way of banner, I'm not challenging. I'm gonna be a housewife. Everybody, okay, the idea of being a housewife is really nice, but when you put it in a middle class household, being a housewife is not actually such a great thing because uzawuhlala endlini, uzawujonga abantwana, uzawulinda indoda yakho ibuye ebusuku, indoda inezistress, ukhuphe imali, uthenge umbane, uthenge ukutya, iphinde ithengele wena izinto, yabo, bekho nyani imali eyi-1 endlini, which is a bit unfair, yabo. But then I think it also goes back to caveman days, old caveman days, because when you look at that concept, it shows you how much men were not really built but bred to be providers. Yeah, but you'd find that in the old age cave days, the men would go out, hunt, bring food. When the man comes back, the woman cooks the food, feeds the family.
Yeah.
And it was a concept that was carried on for so many years. And I'm not even going to say, man, that the concept is black-based, because it's not. Because in each and every other race, it's the same thing, because a concept that is based on the gender male.
Yeah, it's a gender role.
Yeah, but it's a gender role.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of which I hope that in the next 10 years, especially with this new generation, that it gets demolished. I like the idea of 50-50. It won't be 50. It won't be 50. It won't be easy because you are trying to change the entire mindset of probably the entire world.
Yes.
It won't be easy. And as much as how you do something, for sure you do something, but I think the tiny influence that we, especially with the power of social media, the amount of views and opinions that are shared, Pana, is so crazy. So I'm just hoping that it changes.
I hope so too.
I really hope it changes. I think we haven't really touched on Kapu as much as you expressed Bana. You were going through a lot. I think people use that saying just to like sugarcoat those needs.
Okay.
Because when the person is going through a lot, I'd be out here thinking the worst. Like the worst. Like bottom of the barrel. Like Pittsburgh. Yeah, when you say you're going through the most, do you mean going through the most financially, going through the most physically, going through the most mentally? What do you mean by that? So that I think I don't know if it's safe to say, but it just looks like one hug.
I don't want people giving me a random
Okay,
hugs.
don't give him random hugs. He doesn't want that.
I don't like being touched. But
Okay, fine.
I'd say mentally, man. Because I remember there was a time around May last year I went back to Cape Town.
Yeah.
Then these 2 days, I woke up crying. Today, I woke up crying. The next day, same thing. Can't get out of bed. Can't go with myself something to eat.
Wait, and you couldn't pinpoint Ganye. What's going on, Ganye?
I knew
What
going
you're
on.
feeling?
I knew. Because I dreamt about someone before, and I don't want to mention the someone.
Okay.
If they're
Okay.
not with us, we can't talk about them.
True. No, but I'm saying I prefer that we don't.
And I just
Not
said,
trying to,
please. And I had a lot of regrets.
Yeah.
And I was texting my sister, you see? I came with my sister, and I once then. I was like, dog, I'm not in a good place. I don't think I can be here in Cape Town. Because if I stay here, I'm going to come back home in a casket. I think the best thing to do for myself is to come back home. Because I was really down, man. I was really down. Couldn't put one and one together, like nothing. I was drinking. I don't like drinking. I've always hated alcohol. But then I always like to try out new things because I want to experience everything.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be the old man that's 50 something, chilling, got sheep. No shade.
You don't want
Chilling, got sheep, when I'm drinking, I'm at 2K. So I'm also making sure I do these things. But I also try to tell people it's better to talk because I have good friends. It's people I can actually talk to. Even if you don't afford therapy, because I know amongst us black people, therapy is not really a thing.
It's not a thing.
Depressed? I can't put everything.
Jenny!
I will. On an iPhone 15,
Depression, don't know.
go to an iPhone 17.
How can you that guess? Hi, African Zari. Hi, what's depressed is it just move us?
Exactly.
Imagine.
Those things.
But also, Ilanuka, can we just at least talk about how depression is not really taken very seriously in the black household itself? Because what you'd be going through like so much, and you realize, but man, is symptoms of depression. But the minute we mention Isha, let's say umzali okanye your aunt or whatever, they start to ridiculate. Like by this case, about depressed. I went to come with depression.
You know why?
And they don't take it seriously.
You know why?
Why?
Because they don't know about body depression.
Exactly.
We need to educate our parents more on these type of things. Because these are real things.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is that, rest in peace to Ricky, someone is going to do that.
You know?
Your child hung themselves or something like that. And now you have to find out from which home is a bit depressed.
Now, like personally, from now, when it comes to depression is such a close case to home. My mom suffers from depression. So before even like the whole awareness of depression, it only like started to be a thing recently because we were losing so many people to it, like in a very short space of time. But for me now, I witnessed it firsthand. You know? So it's not even a matter of bana. I was depressed. Because we have Omdu that's experiencing it. We've seen it firsthand. And so we're just a matter of being a supportive family. And I just really wish that as Poppin, as Ulucha, we get to teach our parents about the man. No man, I'm just depressed. So then I'll be on the lookout when I start doing A, B, C, and F. So that you are well aware back. No man, man, sell out come out for every weekend. Why a tear? Maybe I'll feel a whole lot better. I think we need to start doing that. Family, they might be a small change, not for everybody, but for you as yourself personally. Because trust me, no family wants to lose someone to depression. It is not a nice feeling. We like for example, as a parent, we're still devastated of Ricky's death. We're like, Ibo, how? We're like, come on, dog. You're the only person that actually believed in the youth and the industry, and you are gone.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. That's why we're still like devastated on some. We can't leave it behind ya and in the boom. Yeah, bro. So I'm just really hoping that for everyone out there, talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your partner. Book a counseling session if you have to. If you can't afford one, public hospitals do actually offer free ones. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. So please, man, do reach out. Don't be by yourself because as much as you'd be in a very dark corner, and have all these thoughts of man, oh shit, it's gonna be so much better when I'm gone. Yeah, bro. Not realizing that when you're gone, things actually get more worse.
That's crazy.
Not only for you, but for everybody else around you.
I thought about that last year because I didn't think about dying.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not like I'm going to try to kill myself. I'm not going to do that. But I'm like,
You're curious.
if something happens to me right now,
You'd
like
be
that,
okay.
I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't be mad. But then that's also not a good thing.
Yeah.
What happened with Ricky? Before that, remember the girl was engaged to AKA
Yeah.
when she passed on, Nelly.
Yeah.
I was noticing how everyone was devastated.
Exactly.
And that clicked for me because it was still last year. I was like, dog, I don't mind dying. I would laugh. Just for something, get hit by a car and I'll pass away. But then I'm like, I don't want my baby sisters to feel like that. I don't want my moms to feel like that. I don't want my brothers to feel like that.
Exactly. Come on, I think as much as we all have like different coping mechanisms, can we at least try before like resorting to that, like zama, ilwa, try like to your utmost best, because nyani, like for example, if anything had happened to Wayne, even I would be devastated because I'm like, I won't.
Dog.
I won't, John. You keep on. I mean, really.
Like you also have a responsibility. You know, I tried my best to hide, but now I'm not hiding. Me starting a YouTube channel and all those things, because I know where I come from.
Yeah.
No one is going to do what I'm doing up in Sudacom. No one is going to understand that. You see, this is my journey. No one is going to clap hard for me where I come from, because they don't understand what I'm doing.
Exactly.
People only clap when they see me pull up in a Mercedes. So now, what we need to do is to talk more about these things, so the people that look up to us, because I'm sure there's a kid that somewhere go through my Instagram, or my Facebook account, be like, yo, Talandan, or something. So the more we talk about these things, they're not going to be a taboo. Because they just take this go in. It's going to be a normal conversation.
It's so weird that you say that, because I don't remember being in class at LO and talking about depression, anxiety, and like all those mental ills. I don't remember like even like a subject, or I mean like a topic in that LO book. We don't get taught isn't school. It's a matter of bana. When it gets to that, because you're like, ta-da, you're surprised, you don't know how to deal with it, you've never seen it before because of these changes in your life. So hopefully as topics in like become a thing in schools as well. Because as much as yes. I learned, now to be honest, I learned more in schooling than ND.
Like, because you spent a lot of your time in school.
Kubane. I saw this other reel in City Bana. Oh, your child is out of pocket. And then, hi, sorry. No, it doesn't. It honestly doesn't matter. Can I please get another passion fruit martini? Sure. Thank you. And then, hi, what's going on in Dini? And then the parent was like, Fanini, this child spends more time with you. This child spends about close to 8 to 10 hours a day now, and I don't get to do that.
Yeah.
So what's going on up in school?
So you have more influence to this child.
And then the teacher was like, darn it, you're right. I do spend a lot of time with this child. So that's why I'm saying, as much as a Kalendini, for me, I was fortunate enough to have like nice teachers, like supportive as teachers.
I wish.
Come on,
I wish.
I keep saying that. I say it all the time, man. When it comes to Mna, I wish everybody had the same amount of experiences growing up. Like coming from a supportive home, like Akona no Kalazalem, I'm yo guys, that time and they were very supportive, especially of my dreams. And this following, I've always known, I'm gonna turn out to be this person. And everybody around me believed in me so much. And I'm like, yes, I'm privileged to have that. Come on, I'm like wishing that everybody else had that, because if we all did have that, we'd be honestly a little bit better. Not perfect, but a little bit better.
That's crazy. Because now I was talking to one of my friends, I think last week, about school. In most of my classes, we were told that we're going to fail, we're not going to go anywhere. And I think that's another thing that comes with Funda and Lokshin, because I never Funda.
True.
It down. As much as people say I'm a cheese boy, I'm going to Funda Lokshin. Man, that's crazy. But yeah, that's what comes with making this fly. So those things really do a lot to a child. You see, now I have nephews and nieces I always make sure I have conversation with them.
Yeah.
And asking how is school. And not just to say about the phone, because Tina,
Now, phone, they get without actually taking interest in what's going on.
Yes. Because you have to support Abandon. You need to know that they are not alone.
Yeah.
You go to school now, there's these drugs, taking cocaine, cat.
No.
Now we need to be more aware of what they go through day in school, so that they don't fall victim to becoming addicts.
Come on, imagine you don't take interest in what their days like. You don't really get to know about what type of person is your son or daughter becoming to be, because you're not interested. All you have to say is not even in test. That's all you care about, in marks and results. How about you are there for me during your process?
Yeah,
bro.
That's crazy.
It's wild to ask me.
It's scary.
It's wild, Shem. So before we wrap it up, okay, there's like 2 more things that I want to talk about. Fact fame. I want to talk about fact fame.
Let's go.
I'm talking about a fact fame, guys.
Exciting times.
If you're from PE and you are like a socialite, okay, not really a socialite, but like a social person between the years of 2014 to 2016, 2017, right? Roundabouts.
Ish, yeah.
Right, roundabouts. Yeah, bro. You know fact fame, guys. Right, like you have to know. If you don't know about fact fame, now you will know. Yeah, bro. Okay, tell everybody what fact fame was initially like. What the movement? Because it was a movement. It wasn't a brand. It was more of a movement.
I'm gonna try my best not to mess this up, because it's not my brand. The brand Michelle Banana, who's now a photographer.
Shout out to Easy.
It was his idea, man. And then we saw the beanies. I think, was it Seko? I think it was Seko in the was a picture of Seko wearing it. I might be mistaken. But then Lux told him, but I also want one. And other people started telling him that. And then I think Lux kind of pushed him to making more of those.
Oh, Seko was part of it.
No, Seko's not really part of it, but it's this PE thing, man. You cool with everyone.
Yeah.
Because Miss is cool with
everyone.
I might be wrong. I'm really the wrong person to ask this.
But
So,
I think me bringing this up is just a matter of acknowledgement that Danny Borna guys, and I was like, yo, as a kid, I want to be cool as you guys. Yeah,
now you're making me feel old.
Yeah, okay, fine. No, don't feel old. You're wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, well, don't feel. No, man, it's me. The problem is me.
I think for me, that's how everything started.
Yeah.
Because I got close to Omizi, I saw how he was running it. So it was like, oh, I'm overthinking everything. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
All you need to know is just to know where to go to make this and do that. I was like, okay. And there's Lux, because I'm also close friends with Lux. I would never have done anything if I never met Lux. I wanted to be a rapper. I told Lux I wanted to be a rapper. He downloaded beats for me. He told me no rap, and I told him, if you're not gonna rap, I'm not gonna rap. And Lux rapped with me.
He said anything for you. Say less.
Say less.
Lux went to Joburg, started becoming a photographer. Come back to PE and we chilled. And I told him, dog, because Tap was Lux's idea.
Yeah.
But he wanted it to be if I'm not mistaken, clothing brand. Because right after Fuckfam split, he had that idea.
Oh, so there was a split?
Yeah, there was a split.
I thought it was just a matter of everybody just grew up. Okay, it's fine. Internal conflict, but it's okay.
Yes, and everyone is cool now, so that's why I don't want to dwell on that.
Oh, okay.
So there was that, and I was like, Lux, let's be photographers.
One by one, let's do something that we actually do enjoy, because we do like, you guys like taking pictures, right? And when you're in there, you guys are very photogenic. I think that's what also increased the passion for that industry, that career path of photography.
So that's what we did, and now London is the first thing I'm doing on my own.
Yeah.
especially now, I'm learning to do things on my own. Now I'm attending classes, I'm learning how to make my own clothes.
Oh,
You know, I want to be a designer,
Okay.
but I don't want to put myself in these categories. A rapper, photographer, I'm just a creative in general.
Exactly. All rounder.
Man.
Just in the creative space. Yeah, well.
I'm just trying to figure this thing out on my own, because I think I've leaned so much on other people.
Oh, yeah. Because if you can't do it on your own, you can't really depend on people that much. Because then what?
And this is my thing.
Do it alone first, and then
Do it scared.
hey, but do it scared, do it alone, do it, do it fragile also. And
Do it,
then-
bro.
Spitting bars.
Do it broke.
Do it
Do
broke.
it broke.
Do it broke. Yeah, wanna be, and then once you start doing it, then you can bring everybody else around or whoever you want involved in it so that
Yeah.
they don't do it scared, so they don't do it broke. Yeah, but I figured no, kind of something you can just help build. Yeah, but so that even if they leave, you can still like sustain yourself. You can't as a
Yeah.
brand or as a person alone.
Yeah. And the nice thing about just having a podcast is breaking barriers. Because
Yeah.
there's these kids who also want to do these things, but they don't think we're reachable. Because it might be too cool
Guys,
for them.
that time
And
it's like
I don't want that. And I want them to ask me how to do this. And how to, because I'll be honest and I'll tell them. Because there's room for everyone, man. There's no
Yeah.
competition. Because people don't even want to collaborate because of that. They feel like you're gonna outshine them.
Ooh, it's fun.
I've been through that. I know
this is my
those things.
favorite topic. When it comes to Ipai and people gatekeeping, yo, Chomamu, I don't know how many times I have asked to get a gig. Hi, can I MC your event? Can I do this for you? Can I do this? And everyone is like gatekeeping on some hafoni sungam. Sungam kanye. Ayazokwazi. That time there's space literally for everybody.
Everyone.
Even like within the music industry, who are on a topic in a podcast episode later because
We're running out of time.
and we're running out of time.
Lep it.
So I don't see. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's nice.
And then okay, last topic for today. People see a come Shalafana join me. It's in the eye, so people want to know. People want to know that. Are you single? The $1 million question is Damani single?
Am I single? I am single. I've been single for a long time.
Well,
And
yes,
why?
man.
And why?
Why? Good
And why?
question. Why?
I don't want to half-ass do things.
Okay.
I love giving things my all. And I broke up with someone I was with for 2 years. And I thought that was my last relationship.
You thought.
I thought that was my last relationship.
So where are we at?
Right now. Right
Woo!
now.
Jinx, you owe me a drink.
6 colors.
Ah, God damn it! Got me.
But I want to stay single for some time because I think I owe myself a lot.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm 29 in December.
I'm not going to comment on that because I know you want me to comment on that. Don't judge it by the link.
To me, that's scary. I'm not supposed to be living in a bedroom at home.
Yeah.
I know those are touchy subjects and all those things.
True.
But for myself, that's not what I want for myself. I'm supposed to have this and that. So I don't think I have time to share with someone else.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm at a place where I have money for dates and buying someone gifts.
Yeah.
And I like my space. And I need some. If I'm gonna have a girlfriend, I need someone who's gonna understand that.
Because also, if you can't be there for yourself, like how is it possible that you're gonna be there for somebody else when you can't be there for when that's now you have to not only be
Responsible only for myself.
wait, now you are
Responsible for
also
someone else.
responsible for somebody else's feelings. Yeah, now I had to learn that so much in order to be in this relationship that I'm currently in. Like I had to understand. Shout out to Ndoam. I had to understand.
Calm down.
Dingubani, what do I want? If I am to enter a relationship now, what am I not only expecting from that person, but what standards am I setting for myself in this relationship?
And what do you have to offer?
What do I have to offer? Once I started understanding that, I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it another shot. Yeah, bro. And I did. And Gilaga, I did it. I'm still doing it.
And I probably like it, but yeah.
Come on. And I'm like, I wish I'm not guys. I'm not happy that are in relationships, that are learning how to love again. That's why I'm such an advocate of time.
I'm learning how to love myself. I think that's what I need to figure out.
Yeah.
Because the people that I really, really, really loved after the relationship ended, I went to a dark place.
Yeah.
I think I allow myself to let everything around me revolve around that person. And I'm realizing, dog, that's not the way to do it.
True. Because and then initially you built I'm so sorry. Like you build so much of everything of yours around this person. Your world literally revolves around them. It's to a point by ubona a restaurant when I skip, oh my god,
Man.
And then as soon as
don't
that
get me started. Do not get me started.
And then as soon as Nando or that person walks away from your life, it's a matter of now I have to relearn how to do things all over again.
On my own.
Yeah, but and alright, when you say you're taking time off, you're learning how to love yourself, you're learning how to be with yourself.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to enter in a relationship and then become baggage for somebody else.
I've tried that and it was not nice for me. I felt like I'm forcing things.
Yeah, but
And those relationships don't count for me.
But yeah, guys, Ukomani is still single. I'm not saying try your luck, but we're single.
People wouldn't try their luck with me.
Yep. Captain Miser
People are too scared. People are too scared of me to do those things.
Captain Miser Ho.
No, I don't mice people. I hate that. That's rude.
Not mising like mising. I pin message,
Okay.
but like your attempts of trying to get with me. I had to call up on me. Mice all of
People
you.
don't even attempt. That's
Oh,
the thing. Everyone
but
thinks
I
I have all my DMs are busy, my DMs are dry.
I think you learn though. People judge from the outside and they're like,
Yeah,
why
that's
for
it.
sure, I'm not
Which is
even gonna
good.
try.
Which is good because I stay away from
Until
trouble.
you say that people they don't like girls don't want you.
I would never say that.
Hey,
I know
fuck
how
it.
I look. I know how smart I am. I know how
Nice.
intelligent I am. I know all those things. My
Shine.
self-awareness is top tier.
Shine.
People always want to say things and say that. I know what happens when I walk, wherever I walk.
But at the same time, I don't think your decision of being in a relationship depends on the next person. It just really just depends about
And I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm not ready for that.
I
need to
get
be in a
he's single, but I got
relationship
phone.
Thank you, please.
I got phone. Oh my god, I've had such an amazing time in Tangier. I want to thank you so much for pulling through.
Thank you.
If maybe this episode would be longer, but yo, YouTube is on it like night of making this longer.
We're gonna have part two.
Come on, eh?
Every year we're gonna
Every
have to do
year.
this.
Come on.
Let's
every
catch up.
my god. And I'm praying it blows up bigger so that
It's real.
we're gonna jump on the gravy train, slim night, So I thanking you today for pulling through for this interview. Thank you for being yourself. Thank you for still, believing in your dreams.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I believe in you too. I believe in your brand. I love you. Sometimes people I remember a friend of mine once said, "But now Kobani," I was like, "Oh, that's like a brother to me," and they couldn't believe that. I was like, "Oh yeah," and I take him as a brother to me, because not only have you been supportive of my career, also
Absolutely.
you've been my friend, for such a long time, and I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
And I'm hoping with this episode, everybody else gets to experience who you actually are. Not really, not like personal wise.
Okay.
We're not gonna get into that. Like people have like now an inside of that. Oh, I'm a ninja dog friend. I say cheese boy, Jay.
I'm cheese boy and you cheese boy.
I love boy. Now that's also you cheese boy. I'm cheese boy, Jay. I'm cheese dog friend. So yeah, it's gonna be an eye opener for a lot of people, and I'm glad you agreed to do this.
Also want to say thank you. I'm inspired. I also want to have a podcast.
Yeah.
So now at least I know who to go to whenever I start a podcast.
Start them on the bonnie. This
Yes.
simple.
Yes.
This simple.
But I don't want to do it now.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now. I also
One
don't-
step at a time.
Yes. There's No need to.
Okay, I don't know that.
What?
He has proof about hey.
Oh my god, you're so embarrassing, Akona.
Am I embarrassed? Okay.
You're embarrassing.
Like I said, Dinga got the wrong
You're
I'll
embarrassing.
be the first one to walk away from this podcast.
Okay, never mind. Forgot.
Good, but
It's
thank
all about
you.
walking
Thank
away.
you for having me. This is also good for my brand, and this is also good for me.
Ay, call me Tupac, I'm securing the bag. Ay, bitch on the man, you just the fan. I'm showing the flames, matching the bags. I make it live for your bitch on the gram. Rappers who cap and report them as spam. Don't ask me for nada, don't ask me for data. Don't care about your drama, Akuna Matata. She asked for the D, then I see her tomorrow. Don't care about your son, cause I'm not the father. I'm only focused on taking shit farther. Yeah, I'm still in the cup and I should be a barber. I'm just in the barber.
Bitch, I'm too far.